The moment I heard my first love story, I started looking for you, not knowing how blind that was. Lovers don't finally meet somewhere. They're in each other all along. Rumi, have you ever loved so deeply that it shattered the boundaries of who you thought you were? Have you felt that strange, aching pull, not toward another person, but toward something greater, mysterious, eternal? That is the kind of love Rumi speaks of. Not mere romance, not sentimentality, but a love that devours the ego and leads us back to the source of all existence. Welcome to Unfolding Journey, where we explore the sacred, the soulful, and the eternal through the teachings of mystics, poets, and spiritual sages. If you're drawn to wisdom that stirs the heart and awakens the spirit, you're in the right place. Let's journey together beyond the surface of things, into the depths of divine love. Jalal al-Din Rumi was a 13th century Persian mystic, theologian, and poet whose works have transcended time, language, and religion. Though born in what is now Afghanistan, Rumi spent most of his life in the city of Konya, in present-day Turkey. His teachings stem from Sufism, the mystical branch of Islam focused on direct experience of the divine. But Rumi's message isn't confined to any one faith. He speaks a universal language, the language of the soul. And central to this language is love. To Rumi, love is not just an emotion or a relationship between two people. It is the force that moves the stars, the fire that consumes the false self, the thread that connects the human heart to the divine. In his poetry, love takes many forms: a burning longing, a joyful surrender, a devastating loss, a divine intoxication. Each of these is a stage on the path to union with God. In many poems, Rumi likens love to fire. This fire doesn't destroy, it purifies. The ego, with its fears, desires, and illusions, must be burned away so the soul can awaken. Love is the fire that burns away the veils. These veils are not just ignorance or worldly distractions. They are the layers of identity we cling to, the I that separates us from the beloved. Rumi urges us to throw ourselves into this fire, not with fear, but with trust, because on the other side of annihilation lies union, who is the beloved Rumi constantly refers to. Sometimes it seems to be Shams of Tabriz, the wandering dervish who changed Rumi's life. Other times it feels like a human lover, an absent friend, or a whisper in the wind. But in truth, the beloved is God, experienced through the heart. I am yours. Don't give myself back to me. In this radical surrender, Rumi invites us to disappear, not into nothingness, but into divine presence. Rumi didn't just write poetry, he embodied it. His spiritual practice gave birth to the Mevlevi order, known for the ritual of whirling. These whirling dervishes spin in ecstatic meditation, symbolizing the cosmic dance of love and unity. Each turn is a prayer. Each spin dissolves the self a little more, until only love remains. It's not choreography, it's a moving prayer, a physical metaphor for the soul's journey from separation to reunion. One of Rumi's most famous metaphors is that of the reed flute, cut from the reed bed, crying and longing for the source. Listen to the reed how it tells a tale, complaining of separation. This separation is painful, but necessary. It creates the yearning that drives the soul back to God. Love begins with this ache, and the deeper the wound, the more powerful the healing. Rumi teaches us that pain is not punishment, it's a calling. Love in Rumi's poetry isn't just an experience, it's a teacher. A ruthless one at times, stripping us bare, but always guiding us to a higher truth. Try to learn to let what is simply be. That is the path of love. Love teaches us to let go, to trust, to accept impermanence, to embrace beauty, not as possession, but as a reflection of the divine. The end of love's journey in Rumi's vision is not happiness or even peace, it is union. A state where there is no more I and you, but only one. I have been a seeker and I still am, but I stopped asking the books and the stars. I started listening to the teaching of my soul. In this union, the soul realizes its true nature. It does not find God as something out there. It becomes the very expression of the divine. What can Rumi's vision of love offer us today? In a world where love is often transactional, Rumi reminds us that real love transforms. It humbles, it heals, it opens doors to realms beyond logic. We don't need to be Sufi mystics or poets to walk this path. We simply need to become lovers, not of people alone, but of truth, of beauty, of God. Rumi's poetry doesn't just describe love, it invokes it. His verses are keys that unlock the secret chambers of the heart. Through love, he teaches us to embrace both the agony of longing and the ecstasy of union. because in the end, the path of love is the path home. If Rumi's words have stirred something within you, consider this a sign. Keep following that spark. Let it lead you inward. Let it lead you upward. And if you'd like to explore more mystical teachings, sacred poetry, and spiritual paths, subscribe to Unfolding Journey. We're here to walk the inner road with you, step by step, verse by verse. Subscribe now, and let the unfolding begin.